What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury had this to say about Oleksandr Usyk. Yes, once again, there is another doubter. Tyson Fury states that I don't believe that Usyk is a heavyweight for one. I think he's a pumped up cruiserweight who struggles with heavyweights. In my opinion, Derek Chisora beat Oleksandr Usyk, and he certainly struggled with Derek Chisora, and Joshua is a much bigger, stronger man than Derek. I think he walks straight through Usyk. People are trying to build it up as a scary fight, but he didn't have the power to halt cruiserweights like Maris Bradis or whoever else he fought. Wow. Those are the words of Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Let me counterpunch. Once again, we have another doubter, another person that doesn't feel that Oleksandr Usyk belongs in the heavyweight division. And because of that, I'm going to do a poll later along with a live stream. And you guys will probably see the live stream before this video or whatnot, because this video will be posted out tomorrow. Okay, this will go out for tomorrow videos, but it's interesting to say that this is the second person that thinks that Joshua is going to just walk right through Oleksandr Usyk. And I feel that first off, Tyson Fury contradicts himself all the time. I think because he was saying, if you guys can remember, that he didn't want Anthony Joshua to fight Oleksandr Usyk first. Okay, that's why his desire to fight Anthony Joshua earlier this year was so adamant. Because let him tell it, he wanted to fight Oleksandr Usyk because he didn't want Usyk to upset him because of the skill set that Usyk possessed. And he didn't want to mess up his so-called retirement check. If you guys can remember that, that's exactly what Tyson Fury said. And he said that Oleksandr Usyk had the skills to beat Anthony Joshua, and he was afraid that he wanted to fight Anthony Joshua before Anthony Joshua got beat, because if he got beat, then the money will go away, then this fight meant nothing, and he will mess up his retirement check. Okay, I'm paraphrasing, but that's around what he said. You know, not exactly word for word, but damn near, okay? And I think that because of that, now you're saying that, oh, well, he's a pumped up a cruiserweight and he struggles with heavyweights. Okay, well, where was that when? Why were you not saying that when it came to Anthony Joshua? Okay, again, that was a fight he didn't want to happen. But then again, he knew he had his own things and in his own problems to handle with Deontay Wilder. And that brought everything to a screeching halt, including him, Oleksandr Usyk, Anthony Joshua, and Deontay Wilder, along with Joe Joyce and many, many other fighters that was involved in this whole paradox. Okay, so I don't really look at what Tyson Fury says lightly. In fact, people are comparing him to Oleksandr Usyk. And of course, I did make a poll on that, which I am going to go live on that very soon. Okay, so that's going to be another scheduled live to go over those numbers, to discuss with everybody. But those numbers, people, are very, very close. Okay, it ain't like it's a 35-65 in favor of Tyson. No. Hades, no. Nothing like that. Okay, it's a very competitive number. And if you haven't voted, I suggest you vote, because I think this will be out tomorrow. So you have an opportunity to vote if you haven't, which more than likely a lot of you have. And I appreciate you guys voting and taking time to do so. But Oleksandr Usyk is just as skilled as Tyson Fury. Now, the size, I think, is the situation with this. And another thing I want to counterpunch on what Tyson Fury said was the win over Derek Chisora. Okay. He thinks that Derek Chisora beat Oleksandr Usyk. All right. Well, again, I don't feel that he did, but I care what you guys say. So guess what I'm going to do? Make another poll. Right? So I'm going to make another poll. And because I will see what you guys have to say about that. But off the top of my dome to counterpunch that, I don't think that no, I don't think that at all. I don't think that Derek Chisora won that fight, to say the least. Okay. And there were conspiracy theories about that, and problems or discussions about Derek Chisora's gloves. And so Oleksandr Usyk, none of that bothered him, but he weathered the storm for a guy that can punch, that knocked out Carlos Takam. He knocked out what's my man that Deontay, the other Polish fighter that he knocked out, Spilka. Okay, so he has punching power, and Oleksandr Usyk is a guy that took those punches. So him taking those punches from a much bigger guy than himself, if you call that struggling, okay, whatever. That's up to you. But I think at the end of the day, Oleksandr Usyk did enough to win. He beat Chisora more than better than Dillian Whyte did in his first fight, and definitely better than Joseph Parker did, because I think Joseph Parker did not beat Derek Chisora. Okay, so he did a lot better than Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker, which are full-fledged heavyweights. Okay, so that's what I will leave with that. It's just weird on why you would hear the contradiction back and forth. But of course, we are talking about Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. He's one way one day, another way, right? Another day. And the only thing that I can speculate with and I can reach with is why he would have two different types of opinions about Oleksandr Usyk is before Oleksandr Usyk wasn't an opponent for a guy that is his opponent, that could have possibly been his opponent back then. That's why I think he put him on high regard, as though he used Usyk's name as a tool to fire back at Anthony Joshua, which is his direct rival. Versus now that he is the opponent, then he's trying to, stop credibility of Usyk now, because he is that guy that got the opportunity due to his own wrongdoings with Deontay Wilder. So I think that's what that is. On top of the fact that, people are comparing him, Oleksandr Usyk, to himself. And, I don't think that goes well with him. On top of this, okay, you got to add this to it. Tyson Fury beat Derek Chisora, so they have a common opponent, Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. And you may say, well, Tyson Fury beat Oleksandr Usyk when he was matter of fact, when he was undefeated, and that's true. He did. He fought him twice, but he was dropped by Chisora too. So if we learned anything about Tyson Fury, we learned that he can get dropped, and he did get dropped by Derek Chisora in one of those fights. I can't remember which one, the first one or the second one, but he definitely got his pound of flesh from Derek Chisora, whereas Oleksandr Usyk didn't have that type of problem. But again, you could say, oh, that's alpha and then omega or whatever, but still the same guy didn't do the same things to another fighter. So that may be something that Tyson Fury thought of competition-wise, because they have that common opponent, okay, together. So I think that's worth mentioning, because that may be why Tyson Fury now, another reason why, he has poor regards towards Oleksandr Usyk. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on Tyson Fury saying that he is really not in heavyweight and he struggles, and he thinks that he was defeated by Derek Chisora. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.